What up? What it is? What it do? Deontay with Deontay's reviews. That is a bar. So I know y'all been looking for me today. For those who are new here to this review page, they have been following me the last couple of days for the very first time. Sunday, I'm a preacher. I'm a pastor. So Sundays you get reviews late because I be in church, and y'all gonna get them when I get home. And so there were a couple of skits that came on today. Oh, this purple matches his hat. I like this. This is fire. And so there were a couple of skits today that I got to play catch up on. Now, early this morning, 9:30, we saw the skit of the therapist and how Anthony talked about his son and wanting to have his son with his wife. We saw Amber with a tight face, looking like she's been sucking on lemons, but we kind of can't feel bad because this is what you wanted, boo. So now the therapist tells Anthony and Amber the only way, tells Amber and Anthony, I guess, the only way this relationship can move forward. My assumption is she gonna tell Amber that she gotta accept Kai. I would want to believe that she addresses the body language that Amber has in this session or in the last skit, but who knows? Make sure you do me a favor. Like, tag, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. It don't cost you nothing to subscribe. It's just free. Only thing it costs you is this. Bam, bam, bam. One tap, bam, to the button. Hit the button, then tap the bell. Turn on all your notifications. So every time I post a review, you'll be the first one to get it. Now, let's go into this skit.
I want to congratulate both of you for the great work that you're doing. And I also want to say that I've grown closer to you. I really have find myself liking you and praying for you. And I don't know if it's because you're a great couple or because you pay your invoices on time, but
I don't find nothing funny. It's because you're a great couple. They ain't no great couple. They're a toxic couple. What I say a couple videos ago: ugly relationship, hideous relationship, ugly marriage, hideous marriage, toxic marriage. Like, that ain't cute. Because we got to sit here and watch this storyline. That's why it's like, no, ain't nothing cute about this. They pay the invoice on time. They rich, okay? They gonna pay the invoice on time. They rich, okay? All they do is wake up, put clean clothes on and sit on the front porch every day. What you think? They rich.
We do have grown fond of you both. So because of that, I want to do something outside of the norm. That is to give you some advice. Typically, we like to have all the answers come from inside of you. And in this particular situation, I feel like there's something that's glaring in our faces that must be addressed. And that is going to, if it's not addressed, it could be detrimental to the relationship. And I don't want that to happen. So, in life, you have some people that are closer to God, that are more what we call pure at heart. And in all the scenario and all these different characters and all these people, including yourself, the purest soul that we have in this storyline is Kai. And because he's a child, and I know that might be a challenge for some people to accept, but the reality is you're living a segmented life, Anthony, and that's not going to work for you as a father and as a husband. And so I know some people might see Kai as baggage because you came back with Kai, but other people might see him as what he is, and that's a blessing.
I think that's hard for Amber to hear, that he's a blessing because she lost two children. And that has never come up in these counseling sessions. She lost a biological baby through a miscarriage, and she lost David through the situation that was a byproduct, through a situation that was a byproduct of her finding out about Anthony and Shayla messing around. So I don't know if I don't think Amber looks at Kai as baggage. I think she looks at Kai as a constant reminder of the greatest pain that she has experienced in that marriage. of the greatest turmoil, of the greatest hit that she's ever taken to date in that marriage. I think that's what Kai reminds her of. I don't. Children are never a baggage. I know how he got here was crazy, but he's not the baggage. Shayla is the baggage. Okay, Shayla is. I don't even want to say she's the baggage. She the problem. She's part of the problem, and the other part of the problem is Anthony not putting any boundaries in place. Okay, and making it clear to Amber how he plans to be a co-parent on the sake of Kai. Now, this the one thing this therapist done finally said that's true. You got to address the elephant in the room, and that's Kai. So what that means, Anthony, is you a rich man. You got it. Go put yourself on child support. Now, I know a lot of y'all saying that ain't his baby. That ain't his baby. His name on the birth ain't on the birth certificate. This is the story that we have. We have those feelings, but as far as the story is concerned, he's not thinking anything different about the DNA test that was taken. He don't know Angelina had that test. He don't know Shayla gave it to Angelina like the day before, and that it was possibly tampered with. They have not introduced any other man into the storyline, so we don't know. There's nobody that we can honestly say in good faith that this other person might be the father other than Arby. So right now, how they got the storyline going, this is what it is. So what he needs to do, you need to take initiative with going to the court for custody agreement. Get your lawyer involved, dummy. Like, that's what you need to be doing.
So until there was some type of work done to really bring the unit together as a whole, it can be very challenging. And I want to know how you feel about that, Amber.
Tell the truth.
Well, I guess I want to hear you. He's a child, right? As you said, he's just a child. Yeah. Good. Okay. And what about you, Anthony?
I absolutely agree. Don't get me wrong, I love my wife. She's one of the most important people in this world to me. But my son, that's an extension of me.
Right.
So I feel like he should be with us.
Right.
So when he says that the baby should be with them, does that mean, Anthony, that you're going to go and fight for full custody of Kai or joint custody? Is that what that means? And that is something that you and Amber should have a discussion about, because like I said before, when she sees Kai, she's going to be constantly reminded every time he's there, every time he crawls, he walks, he cries, and she got to be there when Shayla ain't there to wipe his snotty nose, to change his diapers, to put the Band-Aids on when he done scraped his knees. She got to be there to put that initial knee-jerk reaction to the side that, man, he came from the affair. He came from his daddy cheating on me. And now she got to love up on the baby. Is it possible for Amber to do that? And let me be transparent with y'all for a minute. It's very possible for Amber to do that. It's very possible. You know how? Because at a point I was Kai. Okay? And my bonus mom loved up on me. And it was times where, you know what I'm saying, where I was in my dad's house, and I clung to my bonus mom more than I did my dad. When I wasn't at home with my mother and I went over there to go see my dad, I was clinging to her. I wanted to go everywhere she went. And it wasn't nothing but the grace of God where my bonus mom loved up on me in spite of the situation. You know, I got the coolest parents. My mother, my bonus dad, my bonus mom, all four of them, they solid people. You know what I'm saying? So I love my parents. You know, and so all I'm saying is this could work. It could work. It can. But Amber has to make a decision in terms of what she want to do. If this is what she really wants to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know where Anthony is. If he's actually, you know, if he's at a point now where he really doing this with a pure and genuine heart. But boy, please don't go back Shayla no house. Please don't do that. Don't do that. I will come to Atlanta, boy, and give you a piece of my mind. Don't buy Shayla no house.
That's good. That's good. So this is good. We got to continue this journey and have these uncomfortable conversations, but continue to be courageous in all of it and keep God in the center. For sure. Absolutely. All right. We'll walk you to the door. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good work.
In other words, thank you for paying me. I'm biased for you because you paid me. Look, so I don't know. I mean, if this is what they decide to do, then it is what it is. Please progress the storyline with it, though. Shayla needs some karma. Don't just throw her in there with no job and acting like she ain't been doing the dirt that she did and acting like she ain't been as messy as she been. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is that if this is what Amber wants to do, she got to make a decision. That when Kai comes over here, she not gonna take anything, her anger, her hurt. Don't take it out on Kai, because Kai didn't ask to be here. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, there's a part of me that identifies with Kai, because while my upbringing was different from the details of Kai, like not everything was the same or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, I know what it's like, you know what I'm saying, to have that bonus mom that fills in when you with your dad, you know what I'm saying? And she love up on you with the love of God. You know what I'm saying? And give you what you need when you spend the time. And see, that's what it's gonna have to take. You know what I'm saying? Because my parents had to co-parent. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it's gonna take. Blended families, those are real things. Jesus was in a blended family because his daddy wasn't his dad. Joseph wasn't his daddy. But Joseph had to love up on Jesus. Joseph had to still teach Jesus how to be a carpenter. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that's like, oh, blended families is and I be hearing them on these podcasts talking about any man that take care of another man's child, they stupid, you know, or whatever. I think I heard T.K. Kirkland say that one time or something. I might be wrong. But I heard some people say, okay, Jesus was in a blended family. And he was the savior of the world. The greatest man we will ever read about. It could work. You know, she could love on him. Because I honestly believe that Amber has something that she can give to Kai that Shayla just can't. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, wisdom-wise. She'll be able to pour into that child in a way that Shayla can't. Because Shayla ain't got it. Like, tag, share, comment, subscribe.